Welcome to Rick's Corner, brought to you by Old School Labs, the brand I trust and the only one I put my name to. Use my code drasin12 on the link below.
Welcome to Rick's Corner. The man, the myth, the legend. Now on with the show.
Welcome to Rick's Corner. Today I want to discuss something that comes my way quite often when I'm out. And it's usually getting stopped by somebody saying they want to work out, or they tell me how they work out and what they're doing. I want to know if they're doing it right. I get stuck at Starbucks, I get stuck at the mall, I get wherever I go. People are asking me, am I doing the right thing? Well, I rattled off something the other day with a friend of mine there, and I told him something, and I thought to myself, he's really pretty correct about all this. This guy tells me he wants to enter a physique contest, which is fine, but he wants to train for it the proper way, and he's working out, and he told me what he was doing. He was doing deltoids every day, like 30 sets. I said, you're not going to get deltoids by doing them every day. They're going to get smaller and smaller and smaller because you're overtraining, and you're doing way too many exercises. And he says he's doing standing presses, and then seated presses, and then laterals, and then more laterals, and then rear laterals, and front laterals. I said, nah, cut it down. You cut it down to maybe twice a week at most. He said, well, that's not enough. I said, that's plenty. I said, because in between those days, you'll have rest days, you'll grow. So I said, as far as the pressing goes, don't do it. You don't need it. A bar is not going to do anything but work your front deltoid. If you put your arm back and you press straight up, it's all front delt. I said, but do the twisting dumbbells like Arnold and I used to do, because then you're working front to rear. And you don't have to do anything more than that. So I said, try doing 25-pound dumbbells, or 20, start with 20s, and do the twisting for 8 reps. Go to 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, then stop. And then do 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, and stop. Okay, go up there and do that 2 times up and 2 times back, and then do the same thing with standing laterals. You don't need any more than that. Unless you want to throw in maybe 4 sets of reverse laterals where your rear delt a little bit more, you can do that. That'll be your whole shoulder workout. He said, is that enough? I said, trust me, when you're done with that, your delts will be screaming. They'll be pumping out of your skin, and they will be. So then he started talking about doing legs every day and arms every day. No, I said, it's too much. You can't do that. And I said, you can work a muscle until it just goes the other way and it shrinks down. It's not going to happen. You've got to put just enough into it to stimulate it, and then let it grow. And then your diet needs to be clean. You got to have a lot. I don't mean clean, but you got to have a lot of protein throughout the day, 4, 5, 6 times a day. So when I'm eating twice a day, I said it's not enough. You got to get more food in you to burn the calories, and that's what actually happens. You're not going to get fat. You're just going to burn more body fat as you eat more protein. And I was listening to myself talk, and I was saying, bench presses, I was a good bench presser, but it never really developed my chest. I said it developed my strength, because if you think about it, like Doug Brignoli says, when you're pushing a bar out this way and you put your hand here and you press out, you don't really feel it in your chest. It's all tries, if anything. But if you take dumbbells and you bring them together, now you feel your chest work. So I said, switch from the bar to the dumbbell, switch from the bar to the dumbbell on the incline, and then do cable crossovers and come all the way over the top. Then you'll get a chest workout. You'll really feel it. Same thing with laterals. When you come up, point your thumb down. It just angles your deltoid a little bit better, a little twist to the wrist. And so many people don't know that. They just do basic exercises, and they say, I'm not getting the results that I want because they're not using the proper method. But twisting your wrist a certain way works a muscle a certain way that it didn't get the first time. Now, you don't need to do too many. He was doing all these different exercises for one muscle, and it's not necessary. I said, you just take 2 of them and you do them. Anything beyond 3, 4, or 5 exercises, you're working the same thing the same way. You're getting nothing out of it. It's just wearing you down to nothing. So he's going to revamp that. He's going to try it and work it out and see what he can do. But I get these questions a lot, and I have this on my show a lot, and then people write to me, so what do you do about this and that? And if you watch the show, it's already on there. There's no deep secret about it. It's basics. And diet, we all know, is high protein, low carb. That's just what works. People argue with me, what about carbs? I need carbs. You don't need them, but if you want them, you're going to eat them, so what does it matter? You're not going to listen to me. If you want a good body and you want to cut the body fat out, then you'll cut your carbs down. And fats don't make you fat, so you can eat the fats if you want to. There's been a lot of things also. People ask me about intermittent fasting. I've never tried it. I have friends that do, and they think it works really well. They can go all day. They eat at 6 at night, and they don't eat again until noon the next day. And apparently it works pretty well for cutting body fat and building muscle. I get hypoglycemia, so if I don't eat, I'll get a headache, and I know I'll get tired. So I'd rather eat, because for me, I don't go to the gym on an empty tank. It's like driving my car on an empty tank of fuel. I need something in me in order to burn in the gym. Well, they say you burn the fat stored on your body. Well, maybe you do, but I don't like working out on an empty stomach. It just doesn't feel right. So that's my answer to the intermittent fasting. Someone else said, tell us more about Vince Gironda. I don't know a whole lot about Vince Gironda. I mean, I worked out in his gym a few times, and he came to Gold's a couple of times. I know stories from guys that trained with him, that he was pretty sharp. He was pretty outspoken about who he wanted in his gym and who not, but he got results. He didn't believe in squats. He didn't believe in bench presses, but he got results for the guys that trained with him. He said the sissy squats were the best, and those developed your legs better than anything. So that's my knowledge on that. Bill Pearl trained like I want to train. He trained right. He trained 3 exercises per body part, or 4. 4 sets, 8 reps, and heavy and good form. And that's why he got big and thick like he did. He looked really great all the time. Those are guys that I know something about. Joe Gold used to be in really good shape. A lot of people don't know that, but he was in good shape, and he also wrestled for a while. And he was he competed in bodybuilding, and he was with Mae West when she traveled with all the bodybuilders. So that bodybuilding back then was a different era, but it still was the basic thing that we do today. It's all the same. I learned from those guys how to drink cream and eat protein and do certain things that make your body better than it was before I came to Venice, because I wasn't eating right when I lived at home. I just was eating everything, spaghetti, meatballs, and milk, and all that stuff. But switching the diet can change your whole body. So if you do that and you follow your exercises, like I explained to this guy, and keep it down to a minimum, you're going to get good results. So I wanted to say that today because it was important, and I get asked a lot of emails from people about questions about training, because they're not listening to what I'm saying right now, and they just skim through it, then they want to write an email, and I honestly don't have time to answer all of them. I get 100, 200 emails a day, and I can't sit and answer them in detail, each one. It just takes me away from what I got to do as far as work. So I hope you guys understand that, and please stay tuned for Rick's Corner, listen to Rick's podcast, and I'll be coming to you with new stuff all the time. If you have any questions, write them in, and rather than email you, I'll bring them into a show and I'll tell you about them. How's that sound? See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Hope you enjoyed the video brought to you by Old School Labs. Use my discount code DRASIN12 on the link below at oldschoollabs.com.
Hey everyone, now you can have the Gold's Gym logo drawn by me, the artist Rick Drasin, personalized and made out to you and signed by me to frame and put on your gym wall or wherever you see fit to do so. It's a piece of bodybuilding history. It will never be duplicated again. It's the largest selling icon t-shirt logo in the world, and I'm the guy that drew it, and I will draw it for you. Just go to my website, rickdrasin.com, and order there. You can pay through PayPal, and it'll be sent out right away. And be sure to watch Rick's Corner for all the videos on bodybuilding, nutrition, fitness, pro wrestling, and anything that suits your interests as far as getting physically fit and being the best you can be from the golden era of bodybuilding.
He's the equalizer, baby. See you next time.